All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Bakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there. We out here in Sacramento, push the word of Jesus sincerely as our Father commanded us.
Book of Psalms 105, verse 1. O give thanks unto the Lord Yahweh, go upon his land, make known these deeds among the people.
And right, that's what we're doing. We're making known the Lord's deeds among the people. What is another one of the Lord's deeds? That he's going to punish 2/3 of Israel and all you people. An Israelite just got punished this morning. A cop was on a Jake's neck with his knee, and the Jake was passed out dead, and the cop's knee was still on him. So that's going to happen to a lot more Jakes for you guys to finally rise up and do something about it. Because you Jakes, we're talking about, we're on the phones doing all this recording, but Jake is not going to do nothing until that hell increases. But we know that it's prophesied that you Israelites will rise up in the last days. The Lord on the spiritual side got us rising up, preaching about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But on the carnal side, he's going to have you 2/3 of you Jakes finally get a lick on Esau. And it's beautiful to finally see the spirit switch and you Israelites finally rise up. It's beautiful.
Book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 9. Judah is the lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, they are gone up. He stood down. He crouched as a lion.
Right, because Judah and all the tribes, but particularly Judah, because Judah is the head tribe, they're a tribe, this is a warrior's race. All the tribes, down from Issachar, you think about the Aztecs. Down from Judah, you think about all these athletes and stuff like that. And you think about Nat Turner. You talk about Gad, everybody knows about the Native Americans and stuff like that. You talk about Cuba, look at wrestling and all the other sports. Look at that brother Yoel Romero. You know what I'm saying? So all the tribes, they're warriors. But right now they're stooping down as a lion that can't fight no more. Go ahead, Ark.
He stood down. He crouched as a lion, as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up?
Right. So they're crouching as old lions because a young lion, he has strength. A young lion or that's in his prime age, he has strength to go run around and hunt. But the Judites, they're acting like a bunch of old lions. They're acting docile as hell. Ain't nothing can make a Judite mad, especially nothing that an Edomite can do. A Jake can step on another Jake's shoelace and he'll get shot dead. But Esau enslaved your whole race and you still not doing nothing about it. And you still don't want to save Esau.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in the end, the Lord is going to rouse Jacob. You look at these Instagram comments when pertaining to Esau killing Jake. Jake is finally getting pissed. Because usually you'll see, okay, it's one cop, there's still good officers out there. Oh, my auntie got saved by a police officer. Now it's, we gotta fight back. Now that's the sentiment out that's out right now. So we're in that time. We're in that time of the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American finally standing up for themselves in the place where they were told they were nothing.
Therefore, thus says the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go, crying to the gods to whom they offer.
Right, because even that Jake, he was probably all worshiping this woman. He was probably worshiping God and Jesus Christ. So the Lord is having different ways to punish these Jakes. The main way right now is by these so-called cops. They're beating up Jake, they're bullying Jake. And over there in New York, which is the epicenter of the coronavirus, every single time Jake wants to gather, Esau's chasing him down the street, 40 cops down. But when Esau in those rich areas of New York, it's a whole different type of thing going on. When Esau is out there gathering, sitting shoulder to shoulder, thousands in one park, Esau is handing out water and masks. But Jake, he's handing out ass whoopings. Why? Because we're the Israelites and they're the Edomites. And society is set up for them and set up for the downfall of us. That's the way it is.
Right. But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble.
Right. So where was Allah at when that officer had his knee on that Jake's neck? Right. Where was God at? Where was Jesus Christ at? Right. Yahweh and Yahushua told in the scripture that was going to happen. So we know that our power is real. Where's your power? Where did God and Jesus Christ say that police officers, that white people were going to put their knees on Jake's neck and kill them like that? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, he wrote that out in the scripture. And that's what we have. of the wickedness that you Israelites do. Go ahead up.
You will according to the number of thy city, to the number of the streets of Jerusalem. Oh, it's like that again. But according to the number of thy cities was they God, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, have you set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal.
Right, so back then they were worshiping different types of gods. Baal, Molech, Buddha, all these different type of deities and gods. And Jacob's still into that right now. All these tribes. You go to Issachar, the Day of the Dead, Pan de los Muertos, something like that. You go to Haitian, they're all into voodoo. You know, you go into these Judites and the Nigerians, they're all into black magic. So all the tribes are into idolatry and different types of witchcraft and different types of other gods that they worship. So the Lord is going to destroy all of them and show his power.
Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them the time that they cry unto me for their trouble.
And the Spirit had, I don't know if brothers noticed, but the Spirit had these past 3 days, we just been going on Jake a lot. Like, brothers haven't even mentioned Esau, we've just been going on Jake a lot. So when multiple brothers speak on the same subject, you know that that's the Spirit. So, and this is it's the summer, it's getting hotter, so prepare for a mass death of Jake. Prepare for you to see 40. Sorry, got cut off. It's still on there. I'm gonna post it. It's gonna be part 1 and part 2.
Verse 17, when the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. If it first begin at us, what shall the end give them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Right, so the Lord is going to pass out judgment all amongst the world. But it's going to start with people that know this truth first. It's going to start with IUIC, it's going to start with ICBK, it's going to start amongst Great Millstone as well, and the brothers amongst these camps. So that's why this is the time to get right, because the judgment is going to start at us first. And then it's going to go down to these jakes of the world, and then it's going to go down to Esau and everybody. You know? So the Lord is judging us first, and we got to be right now more than ever.
Right. And if the righteous dare to be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right, so when this breakdown happens and all this stuff happens, well, we're Israelites right now. You know, these cops can come kill us right now. They have it out for us right now too, if not more than the average Jake. But we're going to be scarcely be saved because we're amongst the fire, and especially when this breakdown happens, you know, we're gonna be having to move around and stuff like that. The martial law troops, they're going to try to come get us because we're so-called threats to society, because the Lord put the Spirit on us to preach the truth. But we're going to scarcely be saved out of it. The Lord is going to make ways for us to be saved. But like it says in the scriptures, if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, how much you other people are going to get obliterated out here in the many ways that the Lord has you. You other people are finished. You know that?
This is Book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you.
Right, so hear the word. So you see the prophets out, you see these videos, and or you come by a camp, you gotta listen to the words. Go ahead up.
The whole family which I brought against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Right, because there was a wicked seed of you Israelites in the land of Egypt murmuring against Moses. He just delivered you from Pharaoh and stuff like that, and you still want to murmur against him in the Most High. And those same people are back now. So Thawadi, how about Shem Shai? We don't have to deal with you bonehead Jake. All we gotta do is tell you what it is. If you don't want to get right, get ready for destruction. We don't gotta imagine having to bring a bonehead Negro, a bonehead Latin tribe through the Red Sea. You might kill yourself, but Moses wanted to. You know, Moses thought the Most High was punishing him by having to deal with Jake. You know what I'm saying? The spirits are turning up now. Go ahead up.
Saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right, so I thought everybody could get saved. I thought the Lord knows everybody, the Lord loves everybody. Read that again.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right, so that's why we're getting whipped right now. if somebody else's son and your son does the same thing, are you going to whip the next man's son? No, you're going to whip your own son. So that's why all this stuff is happening to Jake. That's why Jake is getting shot down and beat down by the cops. That's why Jake is the face of the coronavirus. That's why slavery happened, all because of our mistakes. But Esau's going to get judged too, and we're getting judged right now. And we're ultimately going to get what we right in the kingdom. Go ahead on that.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
Right, so the Lord, you can't transgress if you're not in the law in the first place. Right. So we're under the law, so that's why we transgress against the law. So that's why we're getting punished right now. Like brothers say, you can't get punished by somebody else's father. That's why all this stuff is happening to us, because we transgress against our heavenly Father. That's why nothing happens to Esau, because he's a nobody in the first place. You got a precept?
Look at Jeremiah 25, verse 29. For lo, I will begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished? Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, says the Lord of hosts. Therefore, prophesy thou against them all these words.
Like you said, shall thou not go unpunished? No, all you evildoers will go punished. All you evildoers of the other nations, Edomites and so-called white people. And brothers been getting on Jake so much, we gotta continue to mention them as well. You so-called white people, you will get absolutely obliterated out here when the Most High comes and He delivers His judgment. So you just wait. You see Jake, all this stuff happen to Jake, but the Lord's gonna get you too. The Lord's gonna get all you other nations. You know, you guys like to talk smack about Jake amongst your dinner tables and stuff like that. You guys like to say, look at those. Nah, so Shalakis, Saber was hindering. You know, I got a call, and then on top of that, it overheated. But guess what? It came back on at 1:44, at 10:44. So that's how you know we were just resist the devil. He shall flee from you. No, get that back for sure. You gotta get back with the Edomites.
Book of James chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to Yahweh, resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
Right, so Satan tries to come in our minds in the beginning of the day, towards the end of the day. Well, it says Satan doesn't take no breaks. So Satan tries to come in our minds all the time. This is not the truth. Do you really even want to go out today? This, that. Do you even like this and that person? Satan tries to come in your mind all the time. And then when you resist the devil, you pray that's Satan. That's not true. He flees from you. And then an hour later, 2 minutes later, you realize those thoughts flee, and that's how you understand that it was really Satan the whole time. And Satan just trying to test us right now, see if we'll pack it up. Oh, it's hot, let's just go. But we knew that the Lord would make a way. And now the camera's back on, and now we're rolling again in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. And the phone turned on at 1:44. So everything is getting more and more spiritual. Like even we wake up 1:44. You know what I'm saying? 11:44 at certain times. You know what I'm saying? Or 8:44. Pertain to John 8:44.
It's been increasing more now. This season 144. Now we're seeing chariots. Right. Now judgment. We speak judgment. Judgment is happening right in front of us. Right. Like Spirit of the Lord and the Spirit of judgment and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shai through the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Fast, man.
Yep. Like the car crash. BB was going into Jake getting destroyed and Jake getting scared, and then out of nowhere, Jake, who was probably on his phone looking down, probably high out of his mind, crashed into a so-called black woman and got turned up on. And there was a crowd that formed, and they almost started fighting. That was just last night, and it feels like I don't even know. I'm saying this time is weird, but we know what time it is.
That's why people hire holidays to get to the Lord doing work. Doing miraculous works. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's beautiful. Out here to see this judgment. But you gotta get out here, man.
Yep. You gotta get out here to really see the fruits of the Spirit, because the Lord is gonna show more of His majesty to you brothers that are lacking in the faith. The Lord is going to show more of His majesty, and then you guys are going to come out here. Then the Lord's going to show more of His majesty, and then the other brothers who are lacking in the faith are going to come out here. So that's why these spiritual things are happening, because the Lord already blessed us with faith. This is why we come out here consistently fervent in the Spirit. That's how you show your faith. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord blesses us with that, but He has to put more of that on you other brothers, and that's just how it works.
Right. Just going back to what we were going at before. Book of Psalms, 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, Raise it, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right, so even though we brothers know that Jake is going to get destroyed, and that Esau is the whipping stick of Jake, and you so-called women of our nation are the attack dogs to Jake to stir the Israelite man off, we know that ultimately you all are going to get your judgment as well. You so-called white people are going to get your judgments. Don't think, okay, well, we're just doing this for prophecy's sake. No. You guys know exactly that you're being the devil. You knew exactly that your knee was on his neck and that you were choking him out. So guess what? You're going to get judged as well. The Lord may give you a nightmare tonight. That Jake that he killed is back in the spirit world. He had his judgment and he had that death, but now he's in the spirit world. Now he's praying to Yahweh Bashim Shai, and now he's rooting for us to continue to prophesy so we can get this kingdom destroyed. So that Jake is in the spirit world, rooting for us, brothers, and praying to Yahweh Bashim Shai to destroy that Edomite. And that Edomite is probably going to get a nightmare about that same Jake he killed tonight. He's gonna get a nightmare. And so is that dirty, bald-head looking Moabite that was standing next to him looking tough. Because you so-called police officers, you so-called veterans and stuff like that, the vast majority of y'all are not tough. The vast majority of you army people are only doing that just to get a Camaro and some benefits and to have your kids set up. And the vast majority of you police officers, you do it for money. You guys are not protecting and serving the state of Montana, the area of Montana. You guys don't really care about Del Paso, Texas. You just want to get that check, which is, and a lot of y'all just want to have an excuse just to beat on Jake. So when the push comes to shove, because you guys are not rooted in what you guys believe, you guys are going to put your badge down. But just know every Jake that you abuse is going to remember you. Every single Israelite that you abuse, every single Israelite that you harass, every single little 12-year-old and 14-year-old and 13-year-old that you bullied off the block, they're going to remember you Edomites' faces. You teachers, you cops, you teachers that told Jake that they're not going to be anything, you other officers, you other lawyers and stuff like that arrested Jake. Well, the prison houses is getting loose. If a brother can find that scripture about the prison houses. The prison houses are getting loose, and these prisoners are about to run amok, thrashing you women and thrashing you people that locked them up in jail over a dime of weed. They got locked up for 10 years, and they're coming out right now. You think they're gonna? Who's the first person that they're gonna get? You lawyers and you you judges. They're gonna come get you. So just know that the Lord remembers you. Brother, get Ezekiel chapter 25 verse 14.
Double judgment, get a double recompense for that, man. Because the Lord did what He did to us, and Lord loves us. Just imagine what He's gonna do to the nation that He hates. You know what I'm saying? You damn Edomites, man. The Lord's gonna obliterate you guys. You guys can get a double recompense. You thought slavery was bad, man. Watch what the Lord gonna do to you. What He's gonna do is, man. The Lord's gonna get that power, man.
Royal and holy hell, because you guys touch the apple of the Most High's eye. And it's not like you guys are good people, like, we love so-called blacks, but, you know, we're just doing this for prophecy's sake because we believe in the Lord, we want to do this for the Lord. No. You guys actually have a vendetta against the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Oh, come on, go ahead. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall you be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Right. So the Lord is going to reward you how you did us. And the Lord is starting with us, because just like you hate us, we hate you, and we have no shame in saying that. We hate all you so-called white people, you so-called Edomites. We hate all you with a virulent passion, just like you hate us. It's not no cool Martin Luther King, not no early 60s Martin Luther King. It's none of that over here. It's straight love for the Lord and hate for any and everyone else. Right. That's all it is here.
We love what the Lord loves, we hate what the Lord hates, man. If the Lord hates Esau, man, hey. We hate Esau too, man. We with the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, man. Maya had a point there that how Esau put the knee on Jake's neck. Esau violent. Put that around. I got a scripture to make that point. The book of Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Judah, they are the one their brethren shall praise. Their hand shall be on the neck of the enemy.
Yeah, because Judah, that's who the brethren shall praise. It's not no tribalist, nothing like that. The Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, he is a Judite. He is a Judite. What is that? Hebrews 4:22, the Lord springeth from Judah. We got to get that, because people don't say we're just being tribalists. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful, because the people that you hate the most is the God you're supposed to be, you're supposed to believe upon. So-called praise. Jesus Christ. so-called black man. You hate him.
And that's one of the best parts. That's why this is the best movie ever. The most hated, downtrodden people on earth, starting with the so-called Judites, because they take the brunt of all the hell here. Everything is about the Judite, the hell of the Judite. So they get the most hell, but contrary to that, the highest being on earth is a Judite. The highest being on earth, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, is a Judite.
This is Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord Yahweh sprung out of Judah.
So there it is. It's not no tribalist, you know what I'm saying? It's not a black thing. Well, we got two northerners up here as well. So it's not a black thing, it's not a dark skin thing, it's not a hair thing. It's a spiritual thing. But it's the truth. But the Lord majority deals with the nation of Israel that has that happens to have this look, which is why Yahweh, he has woolly hair. He's a so-called dark-skinned black man, and so is Yahweh Shai, just like father, like son.
Of which tribe Moses speak nothing concerning the priesthood.
Right, because this brother's tribe, through the spirit spoke that he was a Levite. This brother's tribe, he was the perennial priesthood tribe. But things happen and the spirit changed, and it's all through the spirit anyway. The spirit changed, and now it's on Judah to be the head tribe. That's just what it is. But ultimately, we're all going to get the same cookie. And ultimately, there's Judites out there that are not doing as much as the northerners. So what's up with that? If the northerners are not Israelites and this, that, why is there northerners more faithful in the spirit than you?
Right. What's that about?
Yep.
Bring something out the book to tell us about that.
Yep.
Tell us about why they're more in the spirit, but they on fire. Now they got the spirit. What's wrong with you?
Yep.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 139, verse 22.
Yep.
I hate them with perfect hatred.
Right, so we hate all you haters of the Lord with a perfect hatred. It's not no cool, it's not no symbols up here. It's not none of that. We love Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and anybody and everybody who's in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and we hate everything and everything else. That's what it is. It's not no MLK, it's not no Caesar Chavez, we are the world, none of that. The Lord speaks on being separate from the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it is.
I got Ezekiel 25. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 26, verse 11. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 11. On down. And I will execute judgment upon Moab, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Right, so in that video with the cop putting his knee on Jake's neck, there was a Moabite there standing up in the crowd. That dude was softer than baby powder, but he had the cop uniform on, and even if you breathe on a cop, that's 10 years for assaulting an officer. So he knew that, so he knew Jake wasn't gonna do nothing. If the badges was down, he knows he would get ran over like a Marshawn Lynch running over a defensive back.
Right.
Go ahead,
Verse 12. Thus says the Lord Yahweh power, because that Edom hath dwelt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and had greatly offended.
Yeah, because you touched the apple of the Most High's eye. Because that's one of the things that keeps Esau going, because he thinks we're nobodies. He thinks we're a bunch of useless, worthless, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He thinks we don't know God. Well, in my high school ball team, there was an Edomite who told Jake that God doesn't love so-called black people, which he doesn't know that God actually hates you and loves us, which is why he's doing this stuff to us. Go ahead,
Taking vengeance and had greatly offended and revenge himself upon them.
Yep.
Therefore, thus says the Lord Yahweh, power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom.
Right, so the Lord is going to get every single last one of you Edomites, every single last one of you so-called white people, every single last one of you other nations. Go ahead.
And will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make a desolate from Teman.
Yep.
And they of Edom shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom, by the hand of my people Israel.
And you see that getting built up right now, because before Jake finally rises up, it has to be undeniable hell. Because you tribes, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are docile as hell. If a so-called what do you guys call each other? Essays and stuff like that? Yeah. If a so-called essay sees another Norteño or another another Latin gang or tribal beef, you know, you see it amongst these other tribes, you got immediate hate for each other. It's on sight, it's on funk. But for Esau, it's all love. Let's forget. Let's turn the other cheek. But none for your fellow tribesmen. None for your fellow Israelites. None for your fellow neighbors. It's none of that. It's straight up hate. So, but the Lord is going to put undeniable hell on all the tribes. It kind of started with Trump. It's with you other people. The Lord is going to put undeniable hell on you, so now you have no choice but to fight back. Soon Jake is not going to care about that 10 years. Once you roll up on his brothers, once you roll up on his sisters, they're just going to whoop your behinds.
Right. God, it's like, Esau, they know they're over there gunning each other down. It's easy work for them, you know. So and then every time we get hurt, we call the police. They come like 2 hours later.
Yep.
And he already died. But Esau get hurt, they come immediately, the 7th day. Man, I'll be there in seconds.
Yep.
You know, that's evil for you. He didn't hate you, man. The 2/3 doesn't really think that they hate him.
Yep.
They know that. Jacob, Israel, they love their master. You know?
Yep.
They love him. But man, he didn't hate you though. You know. So now you see that those videos that Esau put his knees on the Judah, you know what I mean, on the neck. So that's they showing people, look, this is what I'm doing to the people. And it's happening like years back, when slavery came through. It's still now today. We still got that beef, Esau and Jacob.
Yep.
Those are two main
Perpetual
characters.
hatred. Perpetual hatred.
You know, it's like this. It's like, you know how like football, you know, helmets kill helmets. On like Monday Night Football or something like that. Like, you know how they have like helmets versus helmets, like the Browns and versus the Giants, something like that. Yeah. They go heads up, just like that. It's like Esau and for Jacob versus Esau is throw out the movie. Nobody cares about Moab and the Ishmaelites. Like, no, it's nobody. There's only Israel and Esau. The two nations going at each other. You know?
And like you was going into, there's still Jakes in 2020 with all the stuff going on. There's still Jakes that want to love Esau. Well, if we're saying we're just about to go to a shop and we were talking about this and we're speaking louder and there was a bunch of Jakes around, you'll have a woman come up, more than likely a so-called black woman. Hey, because that's just what it is. Just like a lot of the hell is on Jake. Just like the Lord has a lot of blessings on Judah, the Lord has a lot of demons on Judah. So that's why the Lord has a lot of demons on you, Judite women. You guys have to break up the demons amongst Israel. You guys are still the slowest amongst Israel. You know, so say we were to talk amongst each other, they would come up to us and be like, y'all preaching hate. Who y'all think y'all are? Y'all ain't no kings. This, that. Even though they're slowly getting, actually no, they're getting worse right now. You know what I'm saying? So they would come and try to speak on the behalf of Esau, even though Esau would have them lynched. And how about Shai, a police just rolled by. You know what I'm saying?
That was Esau right there.
Yep.
You know, we're looking for Jakes. You know, what does no good? You know, they love seeing Jakes when they group and smoking trees and drinking. They love that. Oh man, I can't wait. I'm gonna just pull up on there and scare the shit out of you know, and arrest their ass. It's put in jail.
Y'all, you keep getting closer to our camera.
Yeah, our women love seeing that as well. Because if we're up here being real ends with the boot cut jeans, with the sagging pants and saying the N-word every other word and stuff like that, up here fighting us up, they'll find us attractive. Right. They'll like us. They'll want to talk to us. They'll want to hang out with us. They have no problem with that. But because brothers are standing up, saying that we are the people of the scriptures, we are loved by the Most High. We are kings and a royal priesthood, even though it says in the scriptures that we are gods, we are all the sons of the Most High. They got a problem with that. Our women got a problem with that. Esau got a problem with that.
Problem with that correction. Probably we're being back in line.
They love being wild. They love being free. You know what I'm saying? All our people love being free. Be able to do what they want.
Right.
I can eat pork if I want to. I ain't gotta listen to that. I don't follow that. Truthfully, no matter what you believe, you still of the tribe. You still of Israel. So you will be judged accordingly. Even if you didn't know or not.
And when you go back into that do as thou wilt, that's literally the doctrine of Satan. You know, do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. It's literally the doctrine of Satan. Did you get that, Isaiah?
I have a double precept in Isaiah 14.
Okay.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Right. So roe is like a deer. When there's a bunch of lions around a deer is not a fighting animal, so it has no protection. It's fast at times, but it's not a mighty animal like a rhinoceros or a buffalo or something like that. So it's gonna be like a chase roe, like a bunch of lions on a deer, like it's a fried chicken in the middle and a bunch of Israelites haven't eaten in 4 days. That's how it's gonna be when you see an Edomite. You just gonna jump on it. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're the spiritual forecasters. Like if there's a riot, like in the Baltimore riots, you had certain Edomite news reporters. They would be in the fire, but they would be reporting and recording and stuff like that. That's all we're doing. We're not gonna be in these riots. We're not gonna be in these scraps. We're not gonna be involved in none of that. But we're gonna be spiritually forecasting it. You got that? Continue on that, Baba Shah?
They shall every man turn to his own people,
Yep.
and flee everyone into their own land.
Every man turn to his own people. What is that? Tribalism, race wars. They go to their own people. Asia is not going to be trying to hang out with Jake no more. Right. Because it's going to get so divisive to where I can't. If you're an Edomite, I can't trust you. I can't hang out with no Moabites because I don't know who's setting me up, who's who. But I can trust my fellow tribesmen because they're of my nation. They're of my nature. Go ahead.
Everyone that is bound shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Right. So everyone that is joined unto them. So if you got affection for Edomites, if you got affection and love for these other nations, stuff like that, you're gonna be thrust through just like them. You're gonna die just like them. Just like brothers always go back to when Jake was beating on those KKK members, and that big walrus-looking so-called black woman covered the KKK member while the KKK member was getting stomped out. They left that KKK member alone. But soon, if you want to stay there, you're gonna get stomped out too. Because Jake is gonna get that royal spirit. It's either you with me or against me spirit. That's coming on Jake, and it started with us. Because the Lord is perfecting our hatred for Jake. Because you see Jake, and it gets frustrating that they don't get it. Because we already know what Esau's about. We know Esau's the devil. We know Esau's worthless. We know Esau is hideous. We know Esau's going to do what Esau's programmed to do. But Jake, we know what you're programmed to do as well. But we know what you're supposed to do, and that's what gets brothers irritated. You know, because Jake knows what they're supposed to do and doesn't want to do it. You know, so the Lord is going to get you Jakes that want to join unto Esau as well.
This is Micah chapter 5, verse 8. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep. Who, if he go through, both turn it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver.
So you police, you lawyers, you judges, that all you do is just set up to oppress Jake, and also you elites as well. But you elite, you lawyers, you officers, you teachers, you all that stuff you do to just set up and entrap Jake and confuse Jake. All you will get done and dealt with. It's gonna be your worst fear. Issacharites with tattoos all over their face, with the K whatever all over their face, with the machetes. They're gonna be chasing you down. Judites with the Glocks, with the 32s, 17s, whatever, 223s, whatever Melly was talking about. They gonna come after Jake. And just like when they rap all the time, they say, I'm gonna kill the N-word this, I'm gonna kill the N-word that. There's gonna be hit songs talking about I'm looking for Edomites, I'm looking for cops, I'm looking for white boys.
Look at white people left. Look at white people left.
Yep. All that. You know what I'm saying? All that is on its way. And don't say it can't happen. Look at go when you see those police shooting videos, go on the page, on the comments. All it is Jake's like, I'm fed up, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this happening. You guys gotta fight back now. That's all you see on the comments. Ain't nobody's talking about, oh, well, there's a good police officer. Nah. Jake is ready to go on you so-called white people and all you other nations. Jake is ready to go.
It's gonna because they get tired of this march. This march, you know, put the signs of no justice, no peace type stuff, man. I'm telling you, I got tired of that a long time ago. That ain't gonna work. They still killing you.
Yup.
You know, it's like he ain't gonna change.
Yep.
He's not gonna. I'm sorry. He ain't gonna. He's too prideful. He's so too prideful. He ain't gonna say, I'm sorry for what I did. Nah, he ain't gonna change like that. If he did, he ain't sorry at all. Yep. You know, when he gets crying, it's war. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, I guess. I'm sorry you thought.
Well, they don't even say that because what about the McMichael people? They didn't even apologize. All those Edomites that kill a bunch of Jakes, they never apologize, but Jake forgives them for no reason. I forgave them. God told me to forgive them. They didn't even say they were sorry. So what are you forgiving? But Jake is getting tired of that spirit. Doing die-ins during the civil rights era, there was Jake would not be allowed in certain restaurants, so they would sit in the restaurant to occupy it up. And then Esau would come punching them in the head, dropping milkshakes on their head. That spirit is over and done with. And don't say, what about peace? What about peace and love? Jake has already been trying that since the beginning of time. Peace and love. Jake has even held Jake accountable for trying to rebel. So now that time is done. It's the time that it's going to be millions of Nat Turners out here. That's the only spirit that's going to be out. And if you're not that spirit, those same Jakes that are in the Nat Turner spirit, they're going to cut that Jake's head off and then go cut an Edomite's head off. That's the time that we're in right now.
Cool.
Yep. Cool.
Give it that nigga.
Yeah.
I gotta.
You gotta push up. Hold on. So like, you gotta push up. Oh, okay, go.
It's book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 6. For the vile person will speak violent. What's that right there? Get in. Violently. Will speak violently, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
Right. Break it down, Baba Sean.
The vile person will speak ignorance, will speak vile. You know what I'm saying? They're going to speak ultimately against the Lord. Because what they, as you heard, the hunger of the soul, let me read that again. To make empty the soul of the hungry. You know, are you hungry for the spirit, or are you hungry for actual food? You know, you're supposed to call upon the Most High for both of those things. A vile person not gonna give you any of those things. You know, they're gonna lead you to death, really. And I'm gonna read the last verse again. And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Trying to quench your spirit, you know, trying to give your spirit that water it needs. They go, oh, God's not real. You want them Hebrew Israelites? For real? You believe that? Even though prophecies are befalling, but it's happening as we see it, you know, as we watch it every day, something new according to the prophecy. You know what I'm saying?
Today was that Jake. The Lord puts a spotlight on different things. Soon the spotlight is going to be on all the Lord's plans, but the spotlight right now, a Jake just got lynched basically, because that's the modern day lynching. So-called police officers or random Edomites who think they're police officers just killing Jake. That's a modern day lynching, and it's going on rapidly. You got that in Psalms? Yeah.
Book of Psalms, chapter 17, verse 8. Keep me as the apple of thy eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing.
Right, and brother, somebody get I believe it's Psalm chapter 51, verse 11, and that's what we pray every day. Lord, Baba Kashad, do not take this spirit from me, because we love the spirit. We love doing what we do for the Most High. We love doing videos and putting in work and knowing that we are on the good side of the Most High for what we're doing. That's the best feeling ever. That's better than any woman you could get. That's better than any money you could get. That's better than anything you could do. Having a clean spirit among the Most High, because there's people that have all that, like my guy P Diddy, and he's more sad and depressed than ever. The dude tried to do a live stream with him dancing with his son and stuff, having women twerking. That was fake happiness. He wasn't happy. He probably just did like 4 lines of coke and then did that with his sons. And then jumped on and called Drea and all those women to start twerking. He's not happy right now. But us brothers, we're happy right now, seeing the Lord make good on his promise. Right. You know, and Lord willing, he keeps us in his faith. But us knowing that this whole situation, everything is going to be destroyed, that's a blessing regardless. Right. That's a blessing regardless to know that the kingdom is after this. Right. And to know that all you people are going to get their judgment. Right. Another brother, get that in Ecclesiastes. We can't wait him that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiastes?
Psalm 55:15. 55:15. Finish that psalm, and then brother, you get that in Psalm 51.
Got it.
Okay, let this brother get that first, and then could you get that with us? Continuing on, verse 9. From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who come past me about.
Right, so we pray for protection from the Lord, because we're also Israelites. We are the main target of these elites and these martial law troops, all that. We're the target. So we pray for the Lord's protection. We pray that the Lord is going to hide us in his wings, which is why we work so hard. Because we know that once we leave from our love of the Lord, we lose that protection. So we're fighting for that protection. We're fighting for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't fight for the Lord's not going to fight for you. So that's why you got to continue to be a part of the work. You got to continue to be faithful. You got to continue to be a part of this ministry. Whatever you do, don't fall out. Don't quit on the Lord. He's going to quit on you. No man that looketh back is fit for the kingdom. So we got to pray, and we got to be do the acts of people that are fit for the kingdom. And if another brother, you got your phone on you, brother. After that, look up whatchamacallit. Do your due diligence to make your call into election sure. You got that song, Demario?
This is a book of Psalms, chapter 51, verse 10. Create in me clean heart, O power, and renew a right spirit within me.
Read that again, Baba Shah.
Psalms chapter 51, verse 10. Create in me a clean heart, O power, and renew a right spirit with me.
Right, so there's at times where you feel just bombarded with demons. You feel filthy in the spirit. You feel like you can't even preach. You feel bombarded in the spirit. So this is David praying, talk about creating me a new heart. Look, I feel wicked right now, and if there's any angst in me, if there's any strife in me, if there's any, I'm doing this for vainglory, recreate a new heart so that I'm doing whatever I'm doing and I'm on your right side. Because we don't want any mind state, anything that'll not make us on the right side of the Lord. Right. So go ahead, Doc.
May I add to that real quick? It's like depression. When you ask the Lord to have a clean heart, you feel filthy inside your heart. It's like so heavy. Your spirit feels so heavy. You feel like uncleanness. I feel like I need to get purged. Whatever's in me, I feel like I get purged out. So you pray to the Lord for a clean heart to cleanse me. And then from there, you can feel it. Whatever's in you is getting lifted off of you. You feel light now, like a feather. And now you feel like actually fly. Thank you, Lord, man. I need that freshness. You know, that's what the Lord David prayed to the Lord because he feels those things. So the things that he did, you know, he felt like, man, Lord, you know, he might jack me up. You know, I feel heaviness. I need a prayer. I need to send the spirit of cleanness, take all the filthy, nasty, whatever's in me, like oil, like the car needs to have oil. You got to purge that oil out. You have to clean it. Now the car will feel a lot better. Right? Woo, thank you, man. I've been having this oil for a long time. I can't even drive anymore. You know, it's so gunky and slow. And then now you purge the oil out of the car. You put a new oil in there, like a tune-up. The car will refresh. Like woo, let's go. And boom, taking off. Like just like that. We got purged out. Same thing with us. With the spirit though, you feel nasty, whatever it is, and you. Press your Lord and get refreshed. You know, you got that. It works too.
Yeah, because like it says in the scriptures, could you get if you could search on your phone, blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him. It's a blessing to feel. It's a blessing to feel good. I was talking to moms the other day. You know, I was feeling blessed in the spirit to be blessed in the spirit. You know, that's why you got to acknowledge the Lord in all your ways. Having a clean conscience, having a clean countenance and conscience towards the Most High, that in itself is a big blessing, because there's people that have all the things of the world and feel absolutely filthy and are on the verge of suicide. So that's why it's a blessing whose conscience is not condemned. It's a blessing who is not offended. Go ahead on that.
This is verse 11. Cast me not away from the presence, and take not the Holy Spirit from me.
Right, cast us not away from your presence. When you're cast away from the Lord's presence, you're not fit for the kingdom. The Lord doesn't like you anymore. The Lord doesn't want you in His house anymore. So that's what we pray that doesn't happen, because we know once you fall off, you're back open to judgment. You know, you're back open to all the wickedness of the world, and like it also says in the scriptures, extra spirits may be added unto you. Like that one dude who was a part of the faith, and then now he's dealing with trainings. He wasn't doing that before, but now he's dealing with trainings. Now he's probably a full-on sodomite. Well, he is a sodomite, right? You know, now he's a full-on sodomite. You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's like you see, like we get Jakes out here passing by us with scriptures, and they feel some type of way, like they feel unclean, like they feel like they examine themselves, like, man, I ain't right. You know, they're you know, with the word, and they feel some presence, like I'm not clean.
Yep.
You know, I can't go up to the brothers and ask, you know, I feel like I'm a hypocrite or something, like I feel, but I'm dirty myself.
Yep.
You know, and then they feel some way, they put their head down and just kind of like go up and on pushing. They probably, now they talking to themselves, man, I do what I need. I do need to leave down.
Yep.
You know, I need help. You know.
Yeah.
So maybe I go home and maybe I pray, but you know they ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as soon as they pass here, they're gonna here come more demons come popping more heads. Like, man, don't worry about them. Continue smoking the tree.
Yep, because they are unclean. You're right. They feel it in the spirit, and also they can't. They just got done chain drinking, chain smoking, listening to Lil Reese, listening to Chief Keef. You know what I'm saying? Just filling their heads and minds with wickedness and demons. So they can't come to the Most High. Lest the Most High have mercy upon them and wants to clean them right there.
Hopefully their mind looking in an idle state. While they just having a party in their hand, you know what I'm saying? They do whatever they want, do whatever they please their flesh, whatever they please their lust. You know what I'm saying? They let Satan get in their mind, and now they just out here just doing whatever they want now. You know what I'm saying? What? The idle mind is the devil's playground. That's the saying in the world. You know, the idle mind is the devil's playground. They went in there having a function there. You know what I'm saying? Turning up. You know what I'm saying? Dude just smoking weed, sipping liquor, doing whatever his flesh wants him to do.
Yeah, so they're unclean, which is why this is the real washing right here. Which is why after you don't do the work for a while, you know, or you don't pray for a while, you just feel them demons slowly more and more consuming you. But that's why you gotta wash yourself by the word of the Lord. You gotta wash yourself by the Spirit. Why would you go? You imagine you worked out 4 times and then you don't shower for 4 days. How dirty and disgusting would you feel? Would you smell? Would you taste? You will be dirty and disgusting. So don't do that with this truth. You gotta always be washing yourself with the word of the Lord, because you're getting dirtier and dirtier in this society.
I got you. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, verse 19. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit with you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them a heart of flesh.
Yep, that's ultimately talking about when we're changed and our bodies are changed once that being from the IFOs, because we identify these so-called UFOs. We know what it is. We know those are the chariots that are for us. So that's ultimately talking about when the Lord gives us our new bodies, that are new hearts, to where it's impossible to go off to sin, because we're literally unwired to sin. But that's right now as well. The Lord has set it up for us that we put off that old man, and now we're chasing that new man. We're chasing perfection in the name of the Lord. We're not trying to be the demons that brothers were in the world. Go ahead on that.
You're right. When the Lord beam us up, there's going to be change. All going to change to a new body, a new covenant now, a new heart. And now everybody got stony heart. We got like we hard-headed, you know, stiff necks, you know. So they got the Lord finna remove all that. Whatever is your heart, and then He's gonna put a new covenant in your heart, a new spirit I will give you.
That's the ultimate purge right there. We get the new bodies, man. That's when we fully purge and be like on the Most High, be perfect. know what I'm saying, we get the new bodies. That's really what we're waiting for. That's the ultimate purge right there. You know, that say they can go come in and tempt you with these because we won't have the full law, statute, commandments in our inward parts. So we won't be able to capacity. Say they ain't gonna want to fuck with us. Too perfect.
Yep. Yep. Which is why these demons were able to stiff arm and run over smoothly now. You got that? Get that due diligence.
Second Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Right. So we know through the Spirit that whatever we do, the Lord already has said who is going to be the elect, who is going to be written in the Lamb of the Life, and who is not. So does that mean we just gotta sit up and be like, okay, whether I'm the elect or not? Nah, because it says right here in the scriptures to give your due diligence. And the elect, Baba Kashai get 2 Samuel chapter 3 verse 1. The elect in the house of David, they're going to continue to give their due diligence to make their calling of election sure. They're not going to be in the spirit of sitting up and seeing if they are just going back into the world, and if I'm one of the elect, you know, the Lord will bless me or not. The real elect, they're in the spirit of serving their power.
Right. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail.
Yep. If you do that, you can't fail. Slaki.
I was just gonna say, just like you said, if you do those things, how can you fail? How can you fail if you're making sure that you're gonna, that not even that you're going to be like that, your election is because you gotta work out your own salvation. You gotta do your own work for the Lord. No other man can do that for you. Yep. You gotta believe. You gotta work.
Yeah.
You all got a part to play. You gotta play your part.
Yeah. No other man could save you for you. Like no other man could prophesy. They could go out, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna take some of your prophesying from you. You know, it's gonna bless me now. Nah, you gotta give your due diligence to make your calling of election assured.
It's like
go ahead.
It's like the 10 virgins, you know what I'm saying? 5 were foolish and 5 were wise. And the foolish virgin wanted to buy some oil off of the wise virgin because the bridegroom was coming. Yahweh Shai was coming. You know what I'm saying? Give us some of your armor. We buy some oil off. You can't do that. You gotta have your own oil. Right. You wasn't gather oil. You know, trying to gather the oil. You gather oil.
Ultimately, they wasn't even really walking. They wasn't even prepared at all, not in the mind or the heart. They were just, I'm gonna do whatever. Most High not gonna do no good, even though that scripture.
Oh yeah.
You don't do no good. They were just not worried. That's them to come when they seen it was coming. And they only grabbed the camera. Oh, I gotta go back. Go get the oil. Now what? You locked out.
And then you're also blinded. Okay, they're also blinded. You know what I'm saying? That's why they can't do it the first thing. They can't. They're not watching it, and they can't watch it. The most had to give them the eyesight to even watch. Right?
Yep.
So they're blinded, and they don't even know that the Lord is coming. You know, the Lord is coming.
Right. And it's not even just like the brother was going to questioning if you're in the faith. Not questioning if you're in the faith, but questioning like if the Lord wanted me, he'll bless me right now, or he wouldn't bless me if he wanted me in the faith. It's not about that. It's like we just brought out. It's about you making sure your election is secure. By diligently working. You know, the Most High don't need you. You need him.
Yep. Because the Most High doesn't need us to save him for anything. The Most High is not waiting on us to save him. Just like it says in the scriptures, that the Lord could raise up stones. You was thinking of that, Baba Kashai, after you get 2 Samuel, Baba Kashai, get that please, since it was on your mind. You know, because the Lord could raise up stones. He doesn't need us. Right before the destruction, he could kill all of us and then make us not of the elect, and then raise up a whole group of thousands of men. Yep. And you already know the mass awakening is about to happen soon. You already know it's about to be a hell of people coming into this camp soon, within the next few days, within the next few weeks. So they can use those men to replace us. But that's why you got to continue to pray, because you know that until that beam is hitting you and you are being lifted off your feet, you're not saved yet. So that's why you got to keep watching, keep praying, keep fighting, keep giving your due diligence, because we don't got it yet. Because the Lord could take what we have and give unto other men, you know?
Or even when you get a cherry and you go before God, you know, don't be like, I made it, fuck everybody, you know, start doing all type of wickedness in the kingdom. Yeah, bitches, you know,
Oh, hell no.
it's like you
It's
forget my
not
language.
gonna be like that.
Right.
It's not gonna be like
Yeah,
that.
right. But I'm just saying, you know, don't bug out right when you're right there, like right. Wait till the Most High change.
Yep. And also, we're gonna get changed right when our beam gets beamed on us. That's when we're gonna even get changed. You know, like what's that? Like twinkling of the eye, you should change. You know what I'm saying? That's that. So Jerry sees it up, the body, like in the beginning. Boy, how it's charged, you know, swing like this, or you can't. Once you get outside, can't do it like that. Like that, in the bride room, everybody had the white garments on. You got that stained garment on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a garment on. You know what I'm saying? How you get up here? What you doing up here? I'll kick you right out.
Right.
The hell?
And he,
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
like,
Go ahead.
yeah, he gonna question you. So you thought it was okay to just come to me with this filth? This filth on? Am I not worthy? You know, he don't question you. What was going through your head when you did this?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and even pertaining to you know us do go back to the spirit world because you can't kill this so-called movement. It's not necessarily a movement. It's a spiritual return because you could kill us. That's why brothers are out here with our faces. We're not cowards. We're not with the Ku Klux Klan map. We obviously you know what I'm saying, we ain't out there busting in stores, you know what I'm saying, everybody's an Edomite, all y'all gonna die. But we just do our due diligence. But we got our faces out, we got whatever, brothers got computer hackers got the IPs and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you do to us, you can't kill Yahweh Shai again. Yahweh Shai is gonna come back, and also the Lord can raise up stones. So you can slay everybody that's out there right now, and the Lord can raise up 1,000 others and thousands more in that same day. That'll come out that next day, that next hour. You know, so this has already started. The movement of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is already started, and it's not gonna end until this society ends.
Yeah, ultimately, we fear what the Most High can do. Not really. We don't fear what man can do unto you. And if man does have to his life in a life-threatening situation, you know it's the Most High either way. The Most High is author of everything. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is the person that takes you out through another person. You know what I'm saying? So another person that takes you out knows the Most High takes you out. We're not afraid what man can do unto you. We're afraid what the Most High, because he can destroy our soul in hell and in our flesh and our spirit. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that. You know, we're not. Yeah, we ain't afraid of man destroying the flesh. You kill our flesh, man. We back in the spiritual world,
Cool.
man. Getting ready to come back down and give me that recompense.
All right, we back where we want to be.
Yep.
I got a precept as well. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you.
Yep.
You know, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about, seeking whom he may devour.
Right, so we cast all our cares upon the world. We're not tripping about nothing in this world, and that's why you can't be too attached to the things of this world, because now Esau has something to hold against you. He has your family to hold against you if you're too wrapped up into them. Obviously, don't walk up on your dad and give him a stone cold stunner, but you know you can't be too attached to the things of this world, to the lies in this world, because Esau has something to hold against you. He could have you know what I'm saying, the homie be like, oh, I'm trapped right now, come get me. You come get him, and you rock right into martial law.
Right.
And now they got you.
Right.
Now you're in a concentration camp. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be too wrapped up in this world, because now Esau has something against you. Obviously, be circumspect, do your daily thing. You can't be like, oh, I'm not wrapped in the world, so I don't gotta work anymore. I'm gonna sit in the lotus position and come out to camp. Nah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead on that.
Whom resist steadfast in faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplishing your brethren that are in the world.
Yep.
But the God of all grace, who has called us into this eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
The power of all grace, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. He had great brothers are so thankful that we even have a shot at salvation, because we could be like these people driving up and down in a hot sun doing absolutely nothing, looking for the next dirty hoe to get on, looking for the next job, applying to each Walmart and Costco to see if they can get a job.
Stressed out.
Yeah.
Thankful, stable. here, ain't working, you know what I'm saying, ain't no incomes like that. But the Most High is giving us the stability, you know, to keep on keeping His word. That's what He gives us stability before. Continue with faith, you know what I'm saying, so we can get the hell out of here. Right?
Lock it. After that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you.
Right, brothers have been suffering for a while, but the Lord at the end is going to make us perfect, which is why we're not perfect right now. We're doing the righteous act, so we're seen as so-called righteous, so to speak, but we're not completely righteous. We're not perfect. We're not perfect yet. But the Lord is going to make us perfect when He gives us those new bodies and new minds. We're going to be literally unprogrammed to sin. We can't sin if we try to, and we won't even have the mind to try to. Go ahead,
Right, and sin can be defeated. Body, man, sin can be defeated. Totally be gone. You know what I'm saying? We won't have accomplished wrong. Basically, sin is not going to be no more. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be able to sin.
Get those out, start.
Finishing off. Verse 11, continuing on, to him be glory and dominion forever and ever.
Yep.
Amen.
Yep. Come on. That starts.
This is book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 30. For we know him that has said, vengeance belongs to him and to me. I read it again. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 30. For we know him that has said, vengeance belongs to me. I will recompense, says the Lord Yahweh.
Right, so the Lord is going to get all you people. The Lord is going to kill in His specific way every last one. So we don't got to worry about nothing. We don't got to worry about it. Say we do put one person to sleep. That doesn't do nothing. That's one person. The Lord is going to put people to sleep. He's going to give people nightmares. He's going to have people get chased down by dogs, lions. He's going to have people see apparitions. So that's way more than us just knocking somebody out. So we don't have to, nor do we want to really do that. We're just gonna chill and continue to preach the word. You can't really preach the word or do nothing like that if you sit in a prison house. The Lord is protected from all that. So we're gonna continue to do the work and let the Lord do His thing. Let you 2/3 Jakes do your thing.
All right. And again, the Lord Yahweh shall judge His people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the leaving power.
Yep, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. He's the one that you should fear, not man. Because he's literally programming Esau to do what he's about to do. He's programming Jacob to do what he's about to do. So why should we be scared of the thing that's programmed? Be scared of the programmer.
All right. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
Yep.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Right, because the Lord, even the spiritual power that the Lord will impart on us, Lord Yahweh willing, it's the Lord who could impart that on us. All we could do is say if you're skilled with your fists, you're skilled with your feet, you're skilled in grappling, you could do somebody like that. But the Lord could send somebody apparitions. The Lord could make people see things that are not there. So I'd rather the Lord do stuff like that and kill them to people than to just me tackle somebody to the ground. So we gonna wait upon the Lord, and we gonna fear the Lord who could do all those things instead of man.
Right. Right. I guess you could be all messed up, like you have no legs, no arms. What are you gonna do now? You're on the wheelchair with the battery pack. You know what I mean? And all you gotta do is move that chair with your mind. But now we got the technology now. You know, they're gonna read your mind. The heart will go. If you say your mind go right, it will go right.
Yep.
You can't do nothing with your hands. So, but now Esau has ears. Yes, Lord, they fear him. Fear the Lord. The Lord will send a great terror on you. He's the king of terror.
Yep.
You know, so he knows everybody's heart. He knows everybody's fear. Are you fear of that? All right, I'm gonna send that to you, but double.
Yep.
You know, so the Lord is not mocked. You know, he's not mocked. He will remember on that day when you mock let that hammer down.
Yep.
You know, just let it happen.
The Lord is about to decimate people. You got the insurance?
Matthew 3, verse 9. And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. So I say unto you, that God is able to raise up children.
Right, so don't be like, okay, we have Abraham as our father. We know the truth. We're already Israelites. We got it. We won already. It's the end of the world. We know we're Israelites. We're out here on the highways and hedges. We won already. Don't be thinking like that. You got to always be diligent, always working out your salvation with fear and trembling. Because read the last part again.
For I say unto you, that God is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
Right, so the Lord could kill you and raise up men right after he kills you. And that's twofold. Even if Esau wants to come down and kill us, or even if you people want to come down and kill us, do what you got to do. We're going to be right back in the spirit world, and the ministry is still going to flow. Right. The Lord may do that and then raise 50 more in that same night. Right. So it is what it is. And we'll be in the spirit world chilling. Right. So we don't worry about fear of men. We fear the Lord and what the Lord can do to us. Because the Lord, you guys can kill us. The Lord can keep us here and plague us with so many plagues. So we rather continue, and we pray Yahweh Shah willing we do continue. We rather continue and fear the Lord and do that than to fear you people who can only kill the body. Right. The Lord can kill our mind, body, and soul.
It's just like when he did to Saul. You know, Saul and David, it transferred power. You know, the Lord was dealing with Saul for a while, and then next you know, Saul, he rebelled. You know, guess what? I don't need you. So I have somebody else to do my work, you know. So now I'm gonna take the spirit away from you and pass it down to David. Here, David, you're the chosen now. You're the king now. And then Saul got all pissed off and he got to kill David. And the Lord can do that. So the same thing with the he may not hear, he would take the spirit away from that heart and say, not working, not watching what's going on. Fine, I'll take that spirit and get somebody else. He gets killed.
Which that added more judgment unto him. Because if he would have just went about his life, you know, I fell out, went about, you know, he would have got judged. But now that he came up against David, he came up against the prophets, he called the prophet, he calls the house of David hell, he got more judgment, you know what I'm saying? And got a more shameful death falling on his own sword in war, you know what I'm saying? And he was bugged out the whole period, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And the Lord put the evil spirit in you. You know, and they think now you're bugging out. Like that, you think about killing yourself. Like, man, he doing what he doing now. This should be the truth, man. But you know, I got a pistol, you know what I mean? I might just let him, you know what I mean? Let it go. You know, they get emotional, you know? There's that, what color, Lord, you know, I'm take myself out, man. Might as well. You know, might as well, right? You know, might as well. You know, but boy ain't gonna do that. You know, see death, but he ain't gonna fight it. You know, you gonna make him put that down. Like, nah, or you click it. Yeah, don't
Which that is true. You should might as well, because if your whole purpose as an Israelite is to fear the Most High and do His work, and you're not doing that, what business do you have on the earth? So if you do fall off, the best thing you should do is, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all are going to be prideful. You guys are going to buck back up against the prophets. A lot of y'all are going to do other things. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to go back into the world, preserve your life, even though the truth is still in your mind. So you guys are going to try to move amongst these people. You guys are going to try to get back into the drugs, get back into all the nonsense. But in your head, you still know, damn, like I'm just adding tabs towards my judgment. Damn, I really fell out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can't be like that. Revelation? Yeah, you gotta go to bed satisfied that you can't go far enough, obviously, but you gotta go to bed with a good conscience. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to sleep, you know, thinking and doubt and stuff like that, because that'll have more doubt and stuff like that upon you. You gotta go with a good conscience that you did things for the Lord. What? 3 and 15.
the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
Yep.
I would thou work cold or hot.
Like the elder brother always goes into. When you ask for food, you don't want it lukewarm. Okay, so say you want a hot meal, steak and potatoes. You want that hot. You don't want it warm. You want that burning. You want to see the smoke coming out of it. And if you have ice cream, you want it. Somebody gave you ice cream. You want it cold. You want it in that solid figure because it's all cold and stuff like that. You don't want warm ice cream, all melted and stuff. You don't want chilled or warm steak and potatoes. Right. No smoke coming out of it. It's just all nasty and stuff like that. Go ahead. Ultimately, you're gonna throw it up. If you do eat it, you're gonna throw it up. If you do get some slimy ice cream, it's all warm. It's basically like a soup. You're gonna throw it right there. You know what I'm saying? You want cold ice cream or hot food. So that's how the Lord rather have you. He'd rather have you all the way in or all the way out. But go ahead. But here's what's going to happen if you straddle the fence. Go ahead on.
Right. See, verse 16, continuing on. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Yep.
So the Lord is going to throw you up out of His mouth, and you can't. When you throw up food and you see your chunks of food on the ground, do you be like, oh, okay, I see the potato there, I'm gonna pick it up and eat it? Still no. So once you throw that up, it's finished. So you got a lot of you people that are being lukewarm right now. You are literally, when you hacking stuff, when you're about to throw up, you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are being hacked up by the Lord, right? And you're about to be thrown up. So that's why you got to put yourself in that spiritual microwave. Get back on fire. Pray whatever demons that are plaguing you, that are making you lukewarm, pray that off. Because right now, we're basically at the finish line. We're like last 50, 20 meters. You know what I'm saying? The Lord could do it this year, early next year, towards the end of it don't matter. You just gotta pray that you maintain however long He wants to prolong this movement. You know what I'm saying?
It's not really up to us. No man, no angel, nobody knows when the Lord will return. Nobody except the Father himself. Nobody.
So you can't be presumptuous nor boast yourself the next day. This year, this is going to happen and stuff like that. Nah, you got to do what you can every single day, because the Lord could require your spirit in 2 weeks' time. You was think about months from now, this from now. The Lord could have you die two weeks from now. And you see that all the time. Everybody be fine, and then they got cancer the next day. And you're like, whoa, what the hell did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Everything is fine, and then somebody else gets shot by the cop. You're like, what the hell? Or so-and-so, they're doing good, they're trying to get back their stuff, and they get arrested. So you never know when the Lord is going to get you, or if the Lord is going to get you.
Like with my car, one day we went out way to Modesto. Next day, they don't want to work no more. Yeah, just out of nowhere. Wow. They tune up everything. Most I took that from me, he wants some credit from me. Yep. I was willing.
I have a story that goes to this point right here. That my nephew, that he's gonna have a baby coming soon, and then what happened was he was chilling, relaxing right at the house, and next you know, the woman that she's gonna have a baby with, that she's trying to call him, but he didn't answer, right? But she called his mother. Hey, tell your son to call me. It's an emergency. She's pregnant. Right. And so she's trying to call the son, but her son, but he didn't answer. But the mother called my woman. Hey, tell him that a woman is calling him. She's at the hospital right now, and it's emergency. And so the message passed down to him. They say, hey, you want to call your woman, she's in the hospital. So we kind of like a panic, right? So we sat there and called him, and she said, yeah, I'm in the hospital. The reason why I'm in the hospital is fine, because my brother choked the hell out of me. He was arguing with the sister, and when she came down and trying to stop it, but that rage of him, he turned around and choked her and probably like a little wrestle with her. And then she panicked because she said that after she was done, she can't feel the baby.
Oh.
You know, she's like, I can't feel the baby. So she hella panicking, so she went to the hospital. She told that story, him on the phone. So he jumped like, oh, you know, knowing him, like, you know how men like, what? That news? So it was fear, like, oh man. So he went to the hospital through the night, and then he told me he came back, and all praise to the Lord, that y'all boys came to judge that I still have my baby. But I told him, see, the Lord will require that spirit. Like, you better examine yourself, man, because the Lord he has zero eye on you. Right. You know what I mean? And you're a woman too. Right. You know, so you better get right, man, before he was like, whatever you doing, you better examine me. Like, hey, come to me. Don't relax. Don't. Hey, man, pray. Where you at? You calling, but you gotta hop on it. So the Lord's gonna make you. So fine, you relax. All right, I'm gonna have full drama. Yeah, right? Bam, hit him. Oh, and that was all right. You know, he will humble you. Right. You know, he will knock on your knees. Like, you really gonna pray to the Lord. Yep. But yeah, that's better. You know what I mean? I just want to check on you. Well, I care about you. Yep. That's why I'm doing it. Yep. You know, so I gotta bring you down. I gotta bring you back up. Yep. You know, he wants you to call on him for help. You know. So yeah, they're going to that point that the Lord can do that. You know, the Lord put that spirit to his woman to have to get choked, and then she's gonna think that she lost the baby, but she didn't. So it helped on him, and he's all messed up. You know, he's all scared. That was some scary stuff. The news like that, you know. So the Lord can do that, you know. So you examine yourself. The Lord can really do a lot worse than that. That was just like a little small taste, man. You know, like wake up call. Yeah.
Proverbs 27:1, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth.
Right, so we got Jake talking about 40 years from now, this place will continue, or 5 months from now, I'm gonna do this and that. I don't even like when people ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I really don't like answering, but I just give them a false answer. Right. Because 5 years from now, this place could be destroyed. 5 years from now, brothers could be destroyed. 5 years from now, I could be a trillionaire, you know what I'm saying? Right. So 5 years from now, it leaves too much stuff up to anything. I know today the Lord can kill me. I know today the Lord could exalt me. I know today that the Lord could bless me. I know today that the Lord could take the spirit from me. Right. So I'm gonna do what is sufficient of me today and not boast myself of 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, because you don't know what evils the Lord has for you today, this day, or tomorrow, or on your way back home, or on your way up here. So that's why you gotta acknowledge the Lord in all thy ways. Finish up on that?
I continue though.
Was that in on it?
Yeah.
Okay, Con, you got that acknowledge the Lord in all thy ways? Con, go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
Right, so it's all good. So that's one of the reasons why the Lord shakes you up. Because when you think that you got it all the time, when everything's going smoothly, you think that everything is just going to happen, the Lord has to shake you up so you realize that everything is going smoothly because of him. That's why before workouts, you pray. Or else the Lord is going to twist your ankle up a little bit, and then you're going to be like, whoa, you know, the wadi how about you know, shot, you know, because if I took that step a little bit longer, I would have been broken ankle, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or on your drive, you know, your car will be completely fine, but the Lord will make some sounds. And then you're like, whoa, and then you start praying again, and then you say the water Lord, and then the Lord makes your car go straight. But he sometimes send you certain things so you acknowledge him in all thy ways. And if you don't want all that nonsense to happen to you, just continue to acknowledge him. Acknowledge him, just pray without ceasing. Then the Lord don't really have to shake you up because you're continuing to acknowledge him. But if you get settled on your leaves and you don't think about the Lord, you just think everything's going to happen because they happen, then the Lord is going to shake you up. So just continue to acknowledge the Lord and continue to follow his ways.
All right. Go ahead. It's just like the brother your call said about marriage, like going to him. Like he was a hothead as well. He's prideful, money, whole hungry, you know, like that. I mean, there's rapping like that, you know. And now, you know, and look what has going on with him, you know, all that. Now he's all playing a different side now. Like, whoa, I thought you were a gangster, but now he's kind of like humbling his stuff down. You know, that's Lord will humble you down. Like, just like he would take all that part of you. You acknowledge yourself, examine yourself. What's going wrong? The Lord will jack you up, So he will jack you up. He will make you like really humble yourself. You're gonna end up crying. So I love that. Man, I ain't playing. Then with you gotta shake up and listen. If you go over there playing, I'm gonna jack you up more. And then so we gotta really fear the Lord. It's begins with wisdom and knowledge. It's like, oh, I know what we need to do, so I'm not gonna do that. So like for example, like pork. Like I can't eat pork. Because the Lord told me not to do this. It says in His law. And plus that, you look it up pork, and then you go in it's like look at food, what's in it. For your body, it's not really good anyway. So the Lord loves you. He cares about you. That's why I'm jumping you up.
Yeah, He chastised you. You may take things away from you. You may take a car away, you may take a house away. Don't you get that fear back on my mind. You know what I'm saying? You fear the Lord more. Because obviously you're like yourself. It's like take something away from you, so you start thinking, okay, then you start praying to the Lord. People pray to the Lord when they're emotionally in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So when the Lord's not trouble upon you, when you take something away, Lord, why? Start praying to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's going to make you come more correct with the Lord. Fear the Lord, but you're going to have to get the Lord. Lord want me to get right. Lord want me to be better. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Lord chastise you so you get better at whatever you need to get better at. Right. So He jack you up. You know what I'm saying? You get correct.
Go ahead. You was holding it.
I was just saying not only that you're slacking, but you're not meeting up to your mission. You're not doing completely what you're able to do. It's like listen, you gotta do more. I know you can. So if you're being lazy, alright, I'm gonna take that away from you. Are you still doing it a week later? I'm gonna take these two things from you. 2 weeks later, I know you're not. You're gonna keep touching you until you get right. Until you examine yourself and realize that you gotta either be all the way in or all the way out. Ain't no in between.
Book of Proverbs 3 verse 11. My son, despise not the chastising of the Lord, and be wary of His correction.
Yeah, because the chastising of the Lord, it ultimately got us to where we're at today. Because if the Lord would have let us go and have things how we wanted it, you know what I'm saying, we probably wouldn't have been here. But the Lord shook us up, set us up in certain ways to where ultimately we're here right now fighting for our salvation. And we're here right now separated from all you demons, all you whoremongers, you idolaters, all you wicked Israelites, all you wicked Edomites. We're separated from you. And we're on our way to not die amongst you. Because the rest of you, Jake, I don't want to die amongst you, low life, good for nothing, worthless, breathing for nothing Israelites, you worthless Edomites. I don't want to die amongst y'all. Right. You know what I'm saying? But so the Lord has set us up on the path by His mercy to fight for salvation, to where we may not even taste death. Lord willing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You want to read that? Quick one point. I'll bring that up. The story of the Esau about a cop when he got hit down with the knee on his neck. So he ain't thought about that on that day. He ain't thought about it. He thought, well, smooth, man. I'm finna get a smoothie. I'm finna walk up here. I'm finna chill and let it on. I'm gonna have a beer and chill with my woman. And he didn't know about that. I didn't know the police was gonna come and get me. But the Lord sent him that, man. Because you're not taking heed. You know what I mean? But look what happened. You probably hear the words. You probably stop standing. You probably see the body. You probably and that's what the Lord sent in that area. That spirit will come and take down. Like, see, I ain't playing. Now I gotta take you out. Now you talking. Now you're up in the world.
So you rebelling against the Most High. You doing stuff that Most High didn't tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? Now the Most High got require you to keep rebelling against Him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be what? The Most High is a very jealous Father. You know what I'm saying? You keep on doing stuff you keep on cheating on the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is gonna put you to death. You know what I'm saying?
They don't play that. Or just like the dude that crashed into the black woman yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that I'm gonna look at my phone or be high off my mind and then crash to a black woman and then get screamed and have people crowd around me and almost get in a shooting match. He didn't know that. He just thought he was about to go to a whole house. But he drove and I don't know what he was thinking. He could have been staring at us and then he crashed to the woman. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't know about, like you said, he didn't know. I'm finna crash today. Like you said, I'm finna go woman, I'm finna go adultery. He finna have feel like, woo, I'm gonna have fun tonight. Right? I got gas in, you know, I got $20 in my wallet, man. And I might get like a 40, you know, and then I'm finna go to the woman's house. Next you know, bam! We talking about 2/3 of Israel. They crazy, man. They're wild child out there. You know, they need spanking. You know, that's what the Lord's gonna hit that spanking, man. People from Esau, so we can bring your fear with that car crash. That's crazy stuff. You know, he took the deep rail, boom! Like, yeah, you don't know who's about to make it or not.
Insurance all messed up.
Yeah.
Anybody need that right now?
Yeah.
Boy, shit, look, I just want to chill. I know it's been chill the first time, but hey, I got one right there.
He don't want to listen. Not only that, but they were set up for that to happen because if they were able to see, just like the scripture, if you knew that the robber was going to come in, you would wait, you would watch, right? You would wait up, you would wait for it. But they don't know the Bible God because you got to chastise. Right. What just happened? Because you wasn't being right.
The Lord loving you, corrected, even as your father, your son, who is delighted. Happy is the man that finds wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding.
Yep, Khan, you got to get understanding from the chastisement. You gotta pray when these certain things happen that you know what the Lord is doing this to you for, or else it's just gonna keep happening if you keep being a reprobate. So you gotta pray that you get understanding from these chastisements. You know what I'm saying?
I got a short shirt.
Khan, this is that's like we gonna end up. What do you have?
This is top president. I got the top president.
Okay, Khan, we're gonna hit yours and then we're gonna end off on his last two pieces.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive.
Yep.
He bringeth down to the grave and he bringeth up.
So that's why you got to remember the Lord in all your ways. He could kill your elbow, and he could heal your elbow the next day. He could kill your car, and he could give you a new one the next day. So that's yes. So that's why you got to acknowledge him in all your ways. Because if you're not being prideful, and stuff like that, what's the reason he could do that if he wants to, but he don't really. What's the reason he really needs to do that for? Yep.
I don't know. I would be just
Which you can, but you know what I'm saying? So if you're acknowledging the Lord, what does the Lord need to do that? If you're doing what's required of you, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't really expect wrath. You should expect good to happen to you. You should expect somebody just give you a car. You should expect, you know what I'm saying, you go and work out and you jump and touch the top of the backboard, you know what I'm saying? Because you expect good because you know you're doing good.
Ultimately, we're all being tried at Job. So most how to do things to you, to test you. What you gonna do?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna get you in a car crash. What you gonna do? You gonna curse me out? Or what you gonna have to keep your faith there? You know what I'm saying? That's the point. Is to keep our faith. You know, so you can't lose faith. Oh yeah, the Lord took me out. Took my car away. The Lord don't love me no more.
Yeah.
That spirit. You know what I'm saying? Most how to want that spirit to come for you. We want you to remain faithful and be patient. When you get changed from those state, most how also got something that God blesses you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna lower you down and he's gonna pick you back up. And also it's for you to learn and it's also correction. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Also because it's a balance, a good and bad. You know, so you can have something great going for you. Most High shift your path. Not because he hates you or he despises you. He got something greater waiting for you when you get to your destination.
Yeah, the Most High, you know, he's trying to get you to a point where you know how to be abased and you know how to be abound. You know,
So you can appreciate it.
Yeah, so you can appreciate it. When the Most High abased you, also have to be abased. You know what I'm saying? You know how to do that. The Most High be abound. You know how to be abound in that and still serve the Most High. You know?
Because here's the difference. The people of the world, when they get things happen to them, that's judgment. But us, if you know that you're doing all that you're supposed to do, but you're still getting, shaken up and stuff like that, that's how you know it's chastisement, not judgment. This chastisement to make you do better. For them, it's judgment to just kill them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. Those 2/3 Jakes, the Lord is probably setting them up to kill them later, 2 weeks, a couple days later. But you know, us, if certain things happen to us, the Lord is chastising us to make us better, to make us fear Him more, to make us pray to Him more, stuff like that.
It's also purging too. You know, that's trying to purge that whatever it is out of you. You know what I'm saying? Through fear, doing whatever you can do. And maybe during the car crash, do what you want me. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Make you increase that fear. Okay, y'all that's okay.
Verse 7. The Lord Yahweh will make up the poor and make rich. He brings low and He lifts up. So that was the point. So He will bring you low. He can chastise you. I can bring you low. I can beat you back up. So I'm gonna give you double. Now you're a best behavior. You're listening to me what I gotta say. You didn't complain. You know the excuses. Oh, whoa, he's okay. I'm gonna bless him, man. I'm gonna bless him. I'm gonna see what he's gonna do. You get through it, and then all right. Now I'm gonna bless him with something else.
It's like Job. Yeah, and we're all in the lot of Job. Because we go through these hell, we go through these afflictions, and we still love the Lord. Just like Job, Job was an Israelite, by the way. He wasn't. Hold on, Job was an Israelite, by the way. He was not a Judah. He was an Israelite. So he bore all those things upon him that were laid upon him, and he took it cheerfully. Which is why, you know, brothers come out here, we're standing, we're in the heat and stuff like that. But we take it cheerfully because we know that our Father is pleased at what we do. So we're going to keep doing it no matter, you know, how it feels and stuff like that. No matter what people think. We know that the Lord is pleased. We know that the Lord thinks good upon us. So what's it to?
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Long as the Lord is pleased with us, hey, whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? As long as the Lord is pleased with what we're doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else really matters. No. Right.
We see the Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, verse 7. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil.
Right, because if you're wise in your own eyes, think you're good in your own eyes, one, you're going to be prideful. Two, you can't do no wrong in your own eyes. You can't do no wrong, but the Lord, he'll show you that certain things are wrong that you're doing, or that you can be better on certain things. Right? So it's all the Lord. You got that other scripture you said? We're gonna close on this video. Go.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. For by me the days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased.
Right. So by having knowledge of the Lord, your days shall be prolonged. Because these people, they're about to die. These people, they got an expiration date. All these Jakes, these so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all these people, especially Edomites, your expiration date is whenever the Lord wants to rouse Jacob. So once the Lord continues to rouse Jacob, expect to die around that time, because that's when Jacob is about to roll on you. And you other Jakes as well, you guys' expiration date is very soon. Whenever the Lord wants to kill you by nothing more car crashes, whether He wants to send a direct strike into the hoods of Texas, hoods of Florida, hoods of California, whether the Lord wants to send a direct strike, or whether the Lord wants to gas out you Edomites. You know. But if you trust and fear in the Lord, you will have prolonged days. The Lord will keep you on earth, and also you will do things that are healthy. Because brothers are into being healthy, into doing things that benefit you, not doing things that curse you, not doing things that make you wrong with the Father. Because doing things that are against the Father, that'll give you nothing but death. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Rakadash. Double honor to the Apostle, Notice, Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there. You brothers continue in the faith. Shalom.